Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Angela. Happy Friday, fam bam. Happy Friday. Whatever day it is where you are, I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Guys, I am coming really quickly to deliver a word that God would like for me to release. As always, please remember to take any word that I give you or any other servant of God gives you back to God in prayer for confirmation. Always make it a habit of taking every word that you receive back to God in your prayer time to confirm it. But that's also your opportunity, to get more revelation in regards to that word as well. Also, I'm going to continue to encourage, as always, that you are taking the time in being intentional about building your own intimate relationship with God over any and everything else. God desires you and I. So make sure that you're taking the time to get to recognize God's voice for yourselves, but listening and making Him priority over any prophetic word or person. Sit with God first to hear what God is saying directly to you. Okay? I'm going to continue to encourage that because God desires it. All right? So, guys, this word today won't be for every person. I always like to remind you we are all in different seasons. So, not every prophetic word is for every person. Okay? There are two parts to this word today, guys. And I'll go over the first part. First. But God was stating that He is bringing together relationships that will come together supernaturally. These relationships with others will happen effortlessly in this next season. God was stating, guys, as He was giving me that in prayer, that the relationships will be the connections you will need in the next season to accomplish and also help in your next assignment. These relationships will look like your destiny helpers, new friendships, business relationships, and marriage unions. These unions, and even though God was speaking about destiny helpers and friendships, and also business relationships, God was really focusing on unions, guys. And He stated that these unions will come when you least expect it. Remember, every word lately, God has been speaking, expect the unexpected. He stated that these unions will come when you least expect it, and there will be no forcing of it. There will be no work, no forcing of it. It will come together. You two will come together effortlessly in this next season, but it will also happen when you least expect it. Guys, God was stating in these marriages that you don't have to force it, and you shouldn't, him or her shouldn't be looking for it. God is going to direct that person to you however He directs them to you. But God was stating that this hookup in these relationships, whether it's union relationships, friendships, and business relationships, these things will happen effortlessly. And I stress unions. I don't get many of these words, but I stress unions because He keeps speaking about marriage unions the most. But there are friendships that are coming together, business relationships, and also people that are destiny helpers. That's our helpmates, okay? God stated that you will know them by their fruit. They will have the fruits of the Spirit, patience, kindness, gentleness. They will have the fruits of the Holy Spirit. But God stated there will be a confirmation there and also peace that he or she is your person. Again, it will be easy. And God stated that it will be, they will have the fruits of you will know them by the fruits of the Spirit, by their fruit. But you will also have confirmation from God and also peace that he or she is your person. So, guys, you don't have to force you should never force any type of relationship, friendships, destiny helper relationships, marriages. There should nothing be nothing forced. If God is putting that desire in your heart for new friendships, that desire in your heart for marriage, God will bring it at the right time. Bring that person or people at the right time. This ties into number 2. Again, he keeps focusing on the marriage part. Even though it's other relationship, he's still talking about marriage. So the second part of it is God was stating that some of you are in a season of singleness or isolation and have become weary because you have not seen the promise of marriage come to pass. And because it has not come to pass, God stated that you are making the promise of marriage or marriage have become an idol in some of you guys' life. God has been getting, really stressing to all of us about idols, whatever that may look like in our lives. God is trying to, really sound the alarm and get us to really hear when it comes to idols and come to focusing not on him but things outside of him. And God was stating some of you are making the promise of marriage or the idea of marriage itself, you're making it an idol. And God is saying, put your focus back on me. Stay focused on me, and that person or people will come in God's divine timing. But in this time where God is, whether it's in isolation, or whether, you're in a season of isolation or you're just waiting on the promise of God, we're not to sit idle in waiting. That's a time in in your single season where you are working on yourself, working on yourself every day, working on, yourself, working on your goals, working on the things that God is calling you to do in this season, working on those things. So as you're working on those things and God is working on you and that person, then when God sees fit in his divine timing, he will bring you two together. But we have to understand, no matter how weary we become in certain situations or we get tired and complain, it's not going to make that person or anything come faster. God is never going to just bring it because we're complaining or because we're weary. But God wants us to understand that is a time to work on what he's called us to work on. That's a time to, really work on ourselves. And God is stating, some of you have made an idol of marriage, and God is saying, stay focused. Because you have to realize God was speaking a lot in prayer as he was speaking about different relationships. He kept focusing in prayer about marriages, but also not settling. Sometimes when you become weary and you become tired of waiting, it can cause you to settle, and then the enemy can also see, okay, she's getting tired of waiting, she's lonely, and start really planting, thoughts into your mind and that, God is not going to do it, or, well, maybe God is waiting on me to go find them, whatever that situation is. But that is a time where the enemy can also send counterfeits. In your weariness, as you become weary and doubtful of the promise of what God is saying, of the promise he gave to you, he was really speaking about settling. Don't settle for less than God's best. When you try to handle it and do it in your own strength, then you're settling. But when you wait on God and be patient and you stand on the promise of God and continue to work and not be idle, but continue to work, continue to prepare. Because remember, God is preparing you and that person, whether it's a marriage or a friendship or a business relationship, it's still a process. God is working on you and that person. Okay? So God is saying, guys, that, don't get weary. The promise is there, but you still need to refocus on him and don't make it an idol. God don't want any of us to make an idol, anything above him. And some people can make marriage or the idea of marriage an idol. Okay? So if that's something God has put in your heart, a desire, and he's promised that friendships and new relationships and marriages, God would do it at the right time. Okay? At the right time. But remember also the marriages, sometimes people can just look at a marriage as just companionship. Yes, it's about companionship and love and having the hearts of God, and love there, and support, but it's also kingdom. I always say that, when God does give me these type of words, it's about kingdom. It's about glorifying God in that marriage. It's about kingdom business, however that looks in the marriage. It's just not about us having just somebody to kick it with. No, it's much more deeper than that. And marriage is work, so you have to be prepared. God is working on the both of you, before bringing you together. So it's not just, remember, it's about kingdom, and it's about that union is always to glorify God. Okay? And I keep stressing union because God spoke about relationships, but he kept speaking about unions. And that these unions are going to come together effortlessly, guys. You don't have to do anything. It's going to happen supernaturally. And God kept speaking also quickly. Remember, he keeps speaking, expect the unexpected. And also that many things were going to happen in a short period of time. And that's not just the bad stuff, but it's good stuff too. These won't be long drawn out engagements. These won't be long drawn out, dating. But that's why also, in the same breath, you have to stay connected to God so that you can hear instructions, and so that you can have that, continue to pray for that discernment and wisdom to know what is of God and what is not. If somebody, the counterfeit always comes before the real thing. So that's why I always like to encourage all the time to stay in the presence of God and really have that relationship, because the enemy sees that you're weary. He sees that you're tired. He sees that you're lonely, and he can play on that and bring somebody that, the enemy comes as an angel of light too, and brings somebody that may look good on the outside but don't have the right intentions on the inside. Okay, so make sure that you're staying connected to God. So God is bringing, if you've been in that isolation season or a season of waiting on the promise of these relationships, God is saying it's going to happen, just out of nowhere. When you least expect it, this person or these people are going to come. And these are people, again, he's bringing to help business relationships as well, and new friendships. Okay, today, guys, God led me to a scripture. I'm reading from the NIV version today, Ecclesiastes 4:9. Hold on, I don't have my glasses on. All right, guys, 4:9 reads, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up." Guys, two are better than one. And that's why I say we have different, we have different season, and it's easier. Two are better than one in a union. Two are better than one in friendships. But excuse me, two are better than Excuse me. Oh, I have a tickle in my throat. I'm sorry. Two are better than one. Excuse me. But we have to remember, wow, that we are all in different seasons. There's a season of isolation and there's a season of coming together. So, there is times, even though two is better than one, we still have some times where we're in isolation, and then those seasons where where there is a coming together. Okay, we just have to have discernment and wisdom to know which season that we're in. All right. But God is really speaking about, about new things, new relationships happening. So, guys, this is gonna happen. Just stay focused on God and allow things to just happen. Okay, allow things to just flow. We don't have to force it. You don't have to force it. You don't have to whatever, go looking. Just allow God to be God, and in his divine timing it will happen. Okay. So that is it. That's the word today, guys. Make sure you just sit down and take it to God for confirmation. All right. So keep shining, keep being the light, because you are the light. Keep being kind, compassionate, and loving towards one another. Don't conform to this world or the wicked agendas of it. All right. Also, remember that we are all going through something. So just be kind and gentle with one another. It may look different for each and every one of us, but we're all going through something. So be patient, all right? And also, don't let them divide us. Let's continue to walk in unity, okay? Also, guys, I wanted to say really quickly, I noticed in the comments a lot and also emails, I was just really trying to wait and just figure out how I was going to do it because I wanted to do a consecration fast and just do a corporate fast together. I did not mention it because I wasn't sure how I wanted the days, because, the holidays, a lot of you guys are away or with your family. So I wanted to see if you guys wanted to do the December 26th through the 28th, a 3-day fast, and you can do it however, whatever fast that God may be putting on your heart to do. You can do a fast all day, or you can do a fast not eating till 6 o'clock, because I know some people may have medicine and need something on, to take some type of nourishment. So I just wanted to, whatever fast that God places on your heart. But I wanted to try to do a corporate fast the 26th through the 28th. Just tell me in the comments if that works for you guys, and then I will announce it. By Sunday, because I want to give enough time for people to respond. So I will do a community post by Sunday just to announce, whether I got enough response for the 26th through the 28th. I just want to go into it, guys, just a new year. Of just fasting and praying. I just really feel that this is something that we should be doing regardless. It's constant, because we are going through so much spiritual warfare. At this time, we're going through so much spiritual warfare. So I really want to I just really feel like we just need, this is something that we're going to have to continuously do, is pray and fast. A lot is happening. A lot is going on. A lot is coming. And I just feel like we need to be spiritually ready for the battle. So, and plus I wanted to go into a new year, just fasting and letting go of everything from, from this year. So, just let me know in the comment section, what do you think about December 26th through the 28th, okay? And we do a 3-day fast, all right? So that's it, guys. I want to thank each and every person who have sown into the ministry. I pray that God blesses your seed 100-fold. And I just thank you guys. And I'm grateful to each person, each and every one of you, every new subscriber, and all the returning ones who've been rocking with me. I want to thank you guys as well, as always. So guys, that is it. You guys have a good weekend and a safe weekend, and God willing, we'll talk again, okay? And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.